other enzymes, which is 42 in number, we actually know them, that are in this particular product, but we focus on the 5 that is essential, that's, that we need, and that's why we claim that, 5 is what is registered. But in the same thing, I mean, this is really tiny, but we can share this so that everybody can look at it.
5 more minutes.
Nope.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, so moving on. We're done already. The next slide, sir. Okay. Yes, so here we're just saying that our customers rely on chemists' technical expertise and laboratory service, which we offer, as an additional service to our customers. Whether you choose our single enzymes or our multi-enzyme formulation to take your digestibility one step further, we will always offer the most efficient, the most sustainable enzymatic solutions to fit your nutritional needs. Thank you so much, everyone. Now we'll take your questions, Yes, B19 and 20. Yes. So please, we welcome you. Come and ask us all the questions, and then we'll be very happy to answer you. Yeah, you don't have to return the pen. You don't have to return the pen. Thank you.
Dr. Wageti is still with us. He will not leave until he serves us. Please. Dr. Stephen Tokwe Habib is a poultry farmer. And he wants to, please, a round of applause for that. They know each other. That's why he's clapping for him. I know many of us might not know him, but I'm sure today we will know him and will register him in our minds. He will be talking about strategies for reduction in energy costs. And you agree with me, that is a major topic for today. If we get it right in reducing the cost for our energy in our feed, then I think we'll be doing well. So as a poultry farmer with experience, he wants to... Doctor, you're the one saying it too. So we want to hear from him how he does it on his farm, and he's going to teach us on how we can go about it. Welcome, Dr. Stephen.
How many minutes, sir?
30 minutes.
Okay.
I want to thank...
I am sorry, sir.
I want to thank the organizers of this program for this great opportunity.
Dr. Wageti is coming home immediately after now. No. Please take my word for it. I'm sorry, take my word for it. Dr. Wageti.
Please, sir, I think what we'll do is this. We'll appeal to the present man to even make it 20 minutes, please. Please. We get it. Sure. Exactly. We are very sorry. Please. We are very sorry. Sir.
Okay, please. I'll make it happy. ICT. Okay. I quickly go through this presentation. Basically, we are in hard times in the economy of the world and in the economy of our country. This is just a background to the challenges we are having that have multiple effects on the way we do business, especially how we narrow it down to the farm. We have the global perspective, we have the local perspective. You agree with me that these points mentioned here, even more, attributes to the problems that we have in the country, particularly the oil theft that is just newly discovered. Not that it's been happening. I mean, it's been happening for 9 years. And somehow, whether we like it or not, it affects directly our businesses. Because the availability of Forex, you agree with me, determines how much we are buying our inputs. So if more revenue is available for the government, the rate of exchange will not be this poor. But the presentation this morning will be narrowed down to our daily farm because these are factors that are beyond our control. But the presentation will narrow it down to factors that we can directly control within our farms. We've tried it out and I want to share it with us. ICT. Next slide, please. So the topic basically is strategies for reduction in energy costs for increased productivity for poultry farms, particularly those with on-farm feed mills. Next slide, please. Let's control this. Now, it is very important as farmers that we identify critical controls that are equipment that we operate within the farm. Mainly, we have the power generators, the feed mill technologies that we adopt. It's very important that it is adapted to your farm capacity. We have farms with 1 ton, 2 tons per hour, 4 tons per hour, 10 tons per hour, or even more, 40 tons per hour. So the farm size should be adapted to be, because this is where you attain efficiency in production. Then you look at the water distribution using pumps within the farm. We'll look at the cooling systems we have within the farm, which are fans, refrigerators, ice machine, freezers, foggers, air conditioners, and so on. Then we look at your lighting program, because these are critical control that we need to identify for the farm to achieve this level of efficiency. Now, we look at the power generation. It is very important we look at the cost of these sources of energy. At the current prices for gas, I think it's around 700 to 750 per kilogram. If I'm wrong, there may be a little plus or minus there. Petrol, 185 to 200 liters per liter, and diesel, 780 to 800. That's about 300% increase in the cost of diesel because it's a deregulated petroleum product. Now, many of the engines or the equipment we use in the farms are three-phase equipment, like the electric motor that the feed mill uses. So diesel engine is more preferred because of the characteristics that it has or the advantages it has. But unfortunately, the cost of diesel has made it even less preferable. But we have no choice because technology is not what will be changed overnight. So it is very important to continue in this presentation that we have different or differentiated power generating sets to suit power needs within the farm. So we'll look at these scenarios. Like the feed milling system, like I mentioned, people procure feeds for their farm via different methods. We have the commercial feed, that's the finished feed. Many times it may make sense to make informed decisions just to procure commercial feeds within the farm. Secondly, you can self-mill it within the farm when you have an efficient technology. Then you can also do your toll milling. Then the emphasis here will be on self-milling due to the control we have. It has its own demerits, which are highlighted here. Then we'll be looking at feed prices for layers mash. If I may be wrong, because it could be higher, because there are fluctuations in prices due to the rate of inflation in the country. For commercial layer feed, for example, it's between 6,500 to 6,800, or even more. For self-milling, you can achieve as low as 5,900 to 6,500, depending on your level of efficiency. Now, poultry farm feed consumption based on, this is an example, based on the 50,000 layer birds assumption. Now we have some parameters here, the number of birds Actually, it should be an Excel sheet. I have it available, where you just plug in the farm size, what you're producing, and what you expect to save from energy. We have the feed consumption based on the average consumption per day per bird, which is 120 grams. That size of farm will be milling about 6 tons of feed daily. Now, it's very important you itemize this critical control equipment, which are the basic one, and the time they work on a daily basis. We have the feed mill, we have the water pump, fans, refrigerators, air conditioner, and the likes. Now, we have set these because what we have realized, not all the time that this equipment may need to be in operation. So to achieve a level of efficiency, you must determine the optimal time that this equipment can be used. Feed mill, for example, to mill like if you consume 6 tons per day, let's say you work for 5 days within a week, your average daily output, we estimate it to be around 10 tons of feed per day. Now, the water pump, I think, is the most important factor, which, is a poultry farm. Some people have integration in their farm. They have fish, and they keep pumping water. So we assume this one works for 14 hours. Actually, the time that the generating sets would operate should be the time that the water pumps should also operate, depending on your storage capacity. Likewise, the fan, which is most of the time due to weather. If you have cool weather, you don't need to operate them for a long time. We have the refrigerators, which we use to store our vaccines, for some time. Also the air conditioner, if they need be. Likewise, the lighting, which is usually to extend lighting periods for night and perhaps early in the morning, depending on the weather condition. Now, we will examine the feed mill operation parameters. We'll look at this, and it's very important we itemize this because those are the things that we use we'll plug it in the Excel sheet and we can play around them to see what is expected. We have the feed mill operation, which is 4 hours, average daily output 10, gen capacity 114 kVA, because the kind of technology we have here is the 4 tons per hour that uses a 30 horsepower electric motor. Usually, if you have some other load within the farm, a lower capacity generator may not be able to balance it or carry your loads. So we have 3 different scenarios which we'll examine at the course of this presentation. We have the diesel consumption per hour. This is very important that we determine because the efficiency of a generating set may vary. You buy a new generating set today, the rate of diesel or fuel consumption is expected to be lower. The longer it's spent, the lower the efficiency of the engine, which is a function of a lot of factors, which we'll not be discussing here. We look at the price per liter of diesel, the diesel consumption in 4 hours, diesel costs in 4 hours, working days a month, monthly diesel consumption estimates. We'll look at the monthly diesel costs on a 114 kVA generator, likewise, the other parameters. The energy costs per ton of feed, that's for the feed mill alone, is estimated to be 2,000. Energy cost per ton of feed, yes, per ton, is 2,880. You may check these facts and look at what you're operating within the farm, how long you work for, what you spend per ton of feed on diesel. Next slide, please. Yep. So this is very important. We look at 3 different power generating set scenarios and energy utility. We have the parameters stated out for the 3 different scenarios. The scenario 1, we want to use a combination of a 114 kVA generator and a 50 kVA generator. Scenario 2 is for a 114 and a 16 kVA, which is a much lower capacity, and a scenario 3, which is a 50 kVA and 16 kVA. Now we have those parameters: daily diesel consumption. We have the daily hours operated for them, 15 for the first, 15 and 14. Daily diesel costs, what you spend on diesel within the farm. Then the weekly, the first one is the feed mill alone, but this is with respect to the farm. Because for feed mill, you can set it aside, but for the farm, because you have other critical control that are operational, you need to, we stated it out this way. Then the daily costs, weekly diesel consumption is estimated for the 3 scenarios, the monthly diesel consumption, monthly diesel costs. Now, what we want to look at, because of our time, is what is the percentage of energy you can save using different scenarios. Now I will explain. You agree with me that the average power availability for a day in the country for different areas is a function of different factors. Usually in the country, we have between 8 to 12 hours daily. Some areas may experience more timing for power. Some will experience even less, so we say it's a plus or minus 4 situation. So the strategy here, what we have adopted in the farm, we have realized that it saves a lot. You know, earlier in the year, we were thinking the diesel prices may come down in the next possible time, but unfortunately, it may linger or even affect the petrol prices. So we had to readjust the strategy such that we do not run on diesel engines. That is very critical, because if we run on diesel, most of the time you realize the bulk of your profits is mopped up due to diesel prices. So what we have strategized to do is to observe or study the power situation within your area, look at the kind of transmission lines that are available within your area. For the Power Holding Company of Nigeria, we have the T1, T2, T3, T4 transmission lines. Some are fortunate to be under the T1 transmission or T2 or T3, which are having good voltage of electricity. But for most areas where farms are located, we have the T4 lines, which are characterized by periodic power outages or failures due to the obsolete equipment or infrastructure that we have within the country. So in view of that, we realize that power is more stable at night, which is the time that is not even useful for farmers. So what we decided to do was that, okay, let's see how a certain component within the farm would operate and maximize the timing that this power is available. So we decided to do a 2 shifts for the feed mill enterprise alone. And trust me, the cost savings we have on diesel alone is outrageous that, I think we need to share it to our fellow farmers, so that we can try it based on if you have certain advantages. If you're trying to prevent a problem, you shouldn't be creating another one. So to adopt this kind of strategy, you have to be sure of the security situation within your farm, to be sure that you're not trying to reduce energy costs, and at the same time, you give way for pilfering within the farm. Because when you have workers operating at night, you cannot control what they will be capable of doing at night. They may pilfer on some of your inputs. So let's go to the slide. So it gave us that scenario, and we looked at the scenario 1. We were operating at the early part of this year. We moved to the scenario 2, which was not optimal, although we saved about 40% on the energy costs on the farm. But the scenario 3, which is what I want to explain, made us save at least, that's the least savings, of 58% on energy costs. Yes. Then there's another scenario 4, which I feel you can save as high as 65% on your energy cost if you are able to optimize this power critical control equipment. Now, how did we achieve it? It's important we look at this because the 50 kVA generator is only used when the most critical equipment within the farm is used. Now, the bulk of the time we reduce it to the 16 kVA, which is sufficient to power if you are able to balance your loading. If you are using a three-phase diesel engine, you can also harmonize it to a single phase, which you don't have to think of balancing for inefficiencies. Now, the 16 kVA was sufficient to power most of the critical control equipment. Although it cannot power the feed mill, we look at the cost savings in having a two-shift within the farm, such that only the feed mill will have workers that are ready, who are always on standby mode to use, to mill feed, especially when the power is available. So as soon as the power comes, we disuse the use of the 114 kVA, and we use just the PHCN pricing. So, and it works, and it made us achieve that level of saving. Next slide. So that's the model where we have the milling charge. Milling charge is a component of, because that's where you can actually beat down your prices to compete favorably with finished feed. So the milling charge is a function of the energy cost of energy, cost of labor, and cost of maintenance. So we can set a factor for that. We have the monthly, if it's a single shift, we have a 240,000 naira, per month. We have double shift is double of that. Then we have the monthly maintenance cost also, which is around 110,000 naira because of the wear and tear of equipment. Then we have the maintenance, cost per ton, which is estimated to be 500 naira per ton of feed. Then we have the milling charge, that's the combination for a ton of feed to be 4,470. I would say 4,500 because there could be some plus and minuses there if you run a single shift. Now, if you run a double shift, you will realize if you run a double shift, you realize that there's a cost savings of 1,107. This is an Excel sheet per ton of feed. This is quite significant because your ability to bring down the cost of these things matters a lot, especially when you are doing your self-milling. So the difference is that's a 24% reduction in the milling charge. The other one is a percentage reduction with respect to the cost of energy, which is diesel. You can achieve up to 60%, but in the milling charge alone, you can still save a further 24%. Then we look at the double and the shift, the single and the double shift differentials. The estimated bulk feed costs per ton. The bulk feed costs per ton is 250,000 naira, depending on the formula, that you use and the procurement prices that you use for your raw materials. But on the average, we have about 200. It costs us about 250,000 to mill a ton of feed, which is equivalent to 6,250 naira, per 25 kilogram bag of feed. When you add your milling charge also to it, that's for the single shift, we have 2,254. You add that up. For the double shift, it's also reduced. Likewise, you do that for per bag of feed. Now, when you compare this price to what you buy finished feed in the farm, you are still able to reduce your cost, at least by some amount, which is estimated to be, if it's a single shift, 138 naira margin. And if it's a double shift, you can save up to 165 naira per bag, or even more, depending. So depending on how efficient you are, if you look at these cost savings, vis-a-vis your tonnage or daily output, you realize you'll be saving so much within the month. So look at the farm daily feed savings with respect to the finished feed. For first shift, we have a 33,000 naira savings. On the farm, for the single shift, double shift, we have 39,000. Then the monthly savings is estimated, if it's a single shift, is almost 1 million naira. Then for the double shift, you even save more, which is estimated to be 1.1, there about 1.2 million naira. You agree with me that to achieve a level of profitability in this business, you have to look at a way to run your farm efficiently, such that you can bring down this cost, because it can translate to a yearly savings. This is not part of your profit, because we are not emphasizing on profit. We are just seeing strategies we can use to optimize or increase efficiency within the farm. So on a yearly basis, you can save as much as 14 million naira, which is quite huge. The differentials between the shifts is about 2.3 million.
Thank you.
Next slide. So another strategy that I want to urge us farmers is to look at the condition of the efficiency of our water distribution, with pumps within the farm. People don't pay attention to this because, you have farms operating for detention time due to impurities from the source of our water, sometimes borehole, well. You have impurity clogging the inner part of the pipe, which actually reduces the efficiency of the distribution of those pipes. Now, if you have conditions like this, if it takes 1 hour, for instance, to pump a 5,000 liters of water, it may take even longer, up to 2, 3, or even up to 5 hours to do the same. Now, if you keep pumping and running on, say, diesel or even petrol, you realize that what you lose is really huge. So you pay attention to this water distribution. There are products which I'm aware some of our companies here have that can help solve or dissolve these kind of impurities within the line to increase the efficiency. Because if you have equipment working for longer hours, you keep your engines running for longer period of time, which if you operate such inefficient model within your farm, I bet you profits within your farm would be depleted. So a way to resolve this, because such products sometimes may not work, it may even require you to relay. If you look at the cost of having to relay some of these equipment, these pipes, you will be saving much more than leaving it and wasting those money on diesel. So I want to urge we farmers to look at these mechanisms within the farm so as to bring down the cost of production. Because it is when your strategies are right, it's when you are able to, if the price crashes of the output within the market, if you are able to reduce your cost of production, I bet you will compete favorably within the market. There's a reason why we share this. I won't want to waste much of the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, I would suggest, can they project your number or contact,
Very
please,
well.
so that people can pick that? I'm sure they would like to.
My number is 090
090
81
81
68
68
55
55
24.
24. Once again, sir.
Yeah, so if you need the Excel sheet,
Exactly.
to just plug in these factors and see what you are able to save or lose.
Please, have to pick the number again. So the number
It's
again.
a WhatsApp line 090 81 68 5524.
Thank you very much. Please, let's keep the question for that, since we have been waiting for our doctor. Thank you very much, sir. The name
Name is
Dr. Stephen
Stephen
Dr. Habib. Dr. Stephen. Now, are we ready now? Oh, we are not ready. No. Okay, we are not ready for doctor. That's what I'm asking. Once again, we want to appreciate you for that patience, especially my brother. Please, sir. Are you happy with me now? So we appreciate you. Before I bring him up, I want us to do this thing. There are 3 of us here who are competing with where this man comes from. You know, when you like a man, you begin to say he's from Ondo town. Have you? Okay, from Lagos. Aha. Somebody said the man is from Ondo. Somebody said, no, wait, no, you are not the one. I'm calling another person. Wait. And somebody said he's from the north. Then, but the real person told her that you are from Adamawa State. Is that correct? So once again, we are happy to receive you because yesterday we were happy with the brawler session. And myself, I love commercial layers. And in fact, I couldn't sleep. I thought it was 5 o'clock, but it was 1. So just to come and listen to our Papa. God bless you, sir. And to all the supporters, I love you all. I love you. And so, sir, what to do for us is this. I want you to surprise them. There are some things put in this slide. I've seen in this. Please, sir, help us get out so that they can be fulfilled 100%. So join me to welcome Dr. James Babaweti, GM Sales and Marketing, Adamo. So we are happy to receive, sir.
Thank you.
So thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You are welcome. You are welcome.
Thank you.
We are not going to limit you, sir.
Okay.
Please feel free.
That's good.
Look at this man. Please, sir. What's your name, sir? Yes, sir. Please, your name.
Terry.
You are the one that will tell us when to stop with Baba.
No. You're in charge. You're in charge.
So, Baba, thank you.
Thank you.
You make it snappy.
Thank you. Great farmer. Great farmer.
Great nation.
No farmer.
No nation.
Thank you all. I hope they have given you egg and chicken this morning. Why? But we are farmer now. Well, thank you all. Thank you for your patience. My Ogada spoke. We are member of research for Panokogun State. We are 2 members. And we are trying to work hard every year, to bring our own knowledge, to share our own knowledge. He's a big farmer. He's my good friend. So thank you all. Like my Oga have said, I'm Dr. Wageti from Adamawa State. But my second hometown is Ibadan. Ibadan is my second hometown. It is in Ibadan. I started my poultry in 1994. So I've been in the poultry industry for 28 years. Commercial layers. So I'm the GM of Adamo Nigeria Limited. Also, we are the one that are marketing Kepro product. You know old Kepro? Yeah. You said it's expensive. But is it expensive? It's expensive. Please, my slide. My slide. Last year, I talked on broiler. Hidden loss in broiler, Abi. Today, I'm talking on hidden loss in layer. Hidden losses in layer business. What many farmers don't know, that's the thing. And these are things we do every day. It's not new. It's something that you do every day on your farm, but you may do it. You know, when you're on the farm, you take things for granted. You know, when you're working on the farm, you try to overlook some things. But that you are overlooking it is why you are losing money. Are you getting that point? So it's not a new thing, what I'm going to talk. But if you look at deeply, at the end of the day, you say, I'm losing money that I don't know. But before I start, I have a question. And anybody that answers my question, he has a gift from Kepro. A gift. Please. How many layer farmers do you have here? How many layer farmers? Okay. My first question, on your farm, how many wombats lay an egg in the entire cycle? One layer lay an egg in the entire cycle. Do you know it? Honestly, one bird lay an egg in the entire cycle. In the entire cycle. You do know it? Do you know it? Okay. Please come. It's practical. 286, sir. Well, come. You see how many?
280 eggs.
How did you get 288? Come tell us. Well, take it. Another one. Please come. Please come. How many wombats lay an egg in the cell cycle on your farm?
280.
How did you get it? How did you do the calculation?
I don't know, but I know it's 280. From the feed, from the producer of the feed, they normally stated there that if you are able to use their feed, you are going to get this certain number of egg at the circle of the bed.
Okay, thank you. So, my dear farmer, if you are a layer farmer here and you don't know how many wombats lay an egg in the entire cycle, you're not in business. Honestly, you're not in business. You know, when I say how many wombats lay an egg is that when you collect day-old chicks, you raise them to point of lay that start lay egg. You not dispose them as all layer. So that's the time, if you don't know how many wombats lay an egg, that means you're not in farming. That's the truth. If you don't know it, that means you are losing money, but you don't know. That's what you call hidden loss. So please pay attention today so that you understand it. Next slide. My order, please. Am I changing here? Next. Okay, look at this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look at this. The local fowl, last year I give this for broiler. The local fowl, they lay up to 12 eggs in cycle. The local fowl. They can't go more than that. Then by that time, the scientists, that's in nature, the scientists work on this egg. Farmers around 90s, the bird can only lay 120 eggs in cycle. But today, it's 340 eggs per cycle. That is 88 weeks. Let's say 85, 88 weeks. So if you are on 28 eggs per cycle, you are even losing. So, and one layer is supposed to lay 340 eggs in his own life. So get that one right. That is 88 weeks or 90 weeks. Please get that one. Next slide. Now we are going to give you a slide. See, this slide is on YouTube. It's not a new presentation. I did this program with Panok Ogun, and it's on the website, it's on YouTube. In fact, the moment they post it, after 4 days, 1,200 viewers watch it. And because of this slide, I received call all over India, South Africa, all over. They are calling me to clarify. So it's not a new slide. You can go to Panok website. You get this YouTube live. We put it live for more than 2 years. People are watching it. And I can tell you, people are getting results. We are getting testimony from farmers all over, even Nigeria. So please, pay attention. You know, if you look at egg, journey begins with first egg. Whether you have 1,000, you have 200, you have 100,000, at least one bird will start lay egg, Abi? You see, so the question now is that, how many eggs will they end at the cycle? You don't know. Are you getting the point? You know one bird will start lay egg, but you don't know how many they finish with. That is why we are talking today. And from our own statistics, like I told you with my Oga, we are the PANOG research officer. We work day and night every year to bring this training to you. From my own statistics, minimum is 300 in Nigeria. 300. Not 280 now. We have 315. We have some farm 331 eggs. We have some farm 340. But this 340, we can only get it from closed house. Don't have pretty closed house. But open house, not deep litter, open house, mostly around 300. But I can tell you, 90% of farmers don't get even 270 egg. 90% of farmers, they don't get even 270 egg because they don't know. Please, next slide. If you look at this Issa Brown, look at the Issa Brown. It's a woman. She lay 12 eggs, 12 crates in its life cycle. That's one is a brown. It lay 12 crates. And that why some farmer, if your birds are 15 weeks, 16 weeks, and they die, and we lost one fowl, it's a lie. You have lost 12 crates. It's a lie. If at 16 weeks, 17 weeks, you incurred one death, don't say just one bird die. It's 12 crates. Don't go. That way on our farm, if a bird die, we give you query. You have to explain. Because you are throwing 12 crates away. Next one. Next one. So these are my statistics for 28 years. When I started my poultry in Ibadan, up to date. Please, this minimum, as a farmer, at 19, 20 weeks, at 19 weeks, your was supposed to be 6%. After 20 weeks, 20%. But some of us are getting 80%, 20 weeks without prolapse. But I don't want to go to that. But you see some farmers, even birds at 22 weeks, 23 weeks, no egg. Or maybe 2%. It's a lost. It's total lost. At 23, 24 weeks, by 24 weeks, your bird supposed to be minimum 75%. So if you're a layer farmer at 22, 24 weeks, you're not getting 80%. It's a problem. It's a lost. Are we getting what I'm saying, sir, Emma? So by 32 weeks, your bird supposed to be on peak. On peak. And look at here. Please, when you are talking of layers, don't talk of weeks. Talk of weight, please. Don't ever talk of weeks. Talk of weight. If you are buying pound of lay, don't buy pound of lay based on week. Based on weight. And infirmity. If not, they will cheat you. Don't buy pound of lay based on weeks. But based on the weight and infirmity. If not, you miss it. Next slide. This is a case study of a farmer in Ibadan, so that you understand what I'm talking about. It's a life testimony. I went to Abuja for training, and one farmer said that, oh, I'm getting 90%. I said, I'm not at 90%. I don't follow 90% again. How many eggs is your bird laying after you dispose it? He don't know. So luckily for me, hello farmer, listen, oh. Luckily for me, that farmer sold 20,000 birds the time I visited him. Out of that, you know, he charged 20,000, but he sold 17,500. So I collect the record. I went to my hotel for 2 days. You know, to add the egg is not easy, but you must do it. Poultry farming is not for lazy people. It's not for lazy people. Even though you cannot work hard, don't go into poultry business. For 2 days, I was working at my hotel. Do you know what I found out in those farms? That, you know, as a minimum 300 abi. So that farmer is at Kuje side. One layer, I discovered that one layer laid 268 eggs per cycle. That's what I discovered. Out of he was getting 90%, 88%. But at the end of the day, after I do the summation, one bird is laying 268 eggs per cycle. And I took the minimum 300. 300 minus 268. That means one bird shot by the 2 crates, if you take minimum of 300 eggs. Are you getting where I'm going? So now I found he sold only 17. At the end of the day, it was 17,500. 17,500 by times 32 eggs. He lost 5,000 or 6,000 eggs. There are 5,000 or 6,000 eggs divided by 30 per crate. That is 18,667 eggs. At that time, 1990, before the COVID, they were selling eggs in Abuja, 950. 950 times that 18,000, he incurred a loss of 17 million. It's not joking. 17 million. I said, sir, this is what you incurred. You have incurred a loss of 17 million. He said, I didn't get that 17 million. No. How come I incurred 17 million? I said, see it here. He said, but my birds are doing well. Oh. I said, look at what you incurred. 17,733,650 naira. The farmer don't know. Most of us sitting here, the same thing. You are into like business, you are losing money, but you don't know. That was called hidden loss. So the farmer took, and I told the farmer, you are taking the old chicks from Ajala. That day old chicks arrived on 20th January 2020. This training I'm doing to you today is what I did for the farmer. Same training, same slide with the staff. And they followed the training, bumper to bumper. They sold those birds about 4 months. When they calculate, they are now getting 315 eggs per cycle. Are you getting what I'm saying? So same training I'm giving you today, go and apply it on a farm. If you don't see the result, call me a fool. Honestly. It's simple training. And what you are doing every day on your farm. Next slide. Are we getting this one? Did we get it? Yes, so this is the formula you are using to get how many eggs the birds lay now. This is the formula. See? See it here. Total number of eggs laid in the period. So what I'm telling farmer now is that you have a record book. You have age, weeks, number of birds, feed intake, egg production, percent production, medication, vaccination. Put column, total egg produced. You do it every week. You add it every week, every month. So that at the end of the day, you can easily add it very easily. Go and put that column inside your book, your record book. Put egg production. There's weekly, there's monthly. So that by the time you want to sell, you dispose your egg, you can sum them easily. Now, when you get it, total number of eggs laid during the period divided by total number of eggs housed at the beginning of laying period. That first time the bird lay an egg, that's the number you pick and divide. It will give you that figure. Are you getting now? So that's what you are going to use. That total number of eggs laid. This one, if you want to do for a day, but follow this one. Total number of eggs laid during the period, all about total number of hens housed at the beginning of laying period. The time the one bird lay an egg, that's the number you pick. Divided by the egg, it will give you in numbers. It will give you either 300, either 250, either 260, or 200. It will not guide you. That's the formula. Next. Okay, next, because of our time. Next. So this is what we are going to look at. I don't know what the thing called. We are going to look at pullet quality, body weight, and uniformity. Leave this one. We're not going to talk this one today. I'm just okay with this one. Body weight, uniformity. These are the only tools you can use to achieve it. And if you follow the bumper to bumper, it will throw out what is wrong in your business. So next, this is what you need. You need a scale. If you don't have scale on your farm, forget about it. You need a scale. If you don't have scale on your farm, you are not in business. So go and buy scale. Start weighing. Huh? No, let me give you decide who to give. You decide who to give. Yes. Okay, see. What you need? Hello. I'm giving information more than a scale. You need a scale and yourself, your 5 senses. You need your 5 senses. God give you your 5 senses. Utilize it in poultry business. You have eye. Look, Abi. You have nose. Okay. You have ear. You have hand. Touch. You have mouth. You can even taste some last whether it's fake or not. Yes, now. Yes. You can know whether that is bad or good tasting. So please, but most of us, these are 4 important tools in poultry business. And most of us, we don't utilize it. I can tell you truthfully, 90% sitting here, you are a Scotian MD. A Scotian MD. Yes, Scotian. excursion supervisor, excursion manager. You just move in farm. You just move like that. Madam will come, like this madam now. Let me give you an example. You go to her farm. When she comes, she got her bag. Madam, welcome, welcome. They follow her. Don't do that, please. As the owner, once you go to the farm, don't allow anybody to greet you. I'm telling you, go straight to the pen and utilize your senses. Look for abnormal things. When you finish, you can now come and receive greeting. By the time you go to farm, manager will follow you, supervisor will follow you. They will talk something they want to hear. You don't need that one. They will distract your attention. I tell you, I've taken my train before. They will distract you. If I go to my farm, enter my farm, I will not see them till 6 p.m. And I enter the farm 7 a.m. I will not see my workers till 6 p.m. Because as you enter the farm, if they are inside cell, you have to see 60% of birds per cell. 60% per cell. You look up, you go, you move. If it's one pen, you enter one day, it's okay. Because the birds talk to us. They communicate to us. But we don't listen. And I used to say they speak the same language. They speak Hausa. They speak Yoruba. Everything. But we don't listen. A bird does not lay now. I say, I'm not laying you. I'm not laying you. You pass, don't know. Because a bird will tell you that, yes. Say, I'm not laying you. A bird that have cough will be coughing. You don't move. You don't know. So please, let's activate our senses. This is what we need. And then use your brain. Use your brain. Use your brain. I've made an example of one manager here for some water. The guy is managing a big farm. They are using one feed. The woman complained the production is very low. That I have been given less water, vitamin. On getting to the farm, as I entered the farm, I saw feed on the floor. I used to tell people this thing. See feed. And I called the manager. Don't you see feeders? He told me, I've told the madam. I've told madam. I've told madam. And he just keep quiet. I told my driver, give my driver 500 naira to go and look for outside market institution. Get the gum and that, so that rubber. We repair 20 feeder with 500 naira. 20 feeder with 500 naira. What I'm saying that you have to think out of the box. You have to think important business as you use senses. Then you have to use this your brain. You have to use, if not, you'll be left behind in the business. Next slide. Next slide. So now after that, we are going to look at body weight and uniformity. So we are not looking at the body weight. This body weight, this is very key, especially in commercial layer. That's the secret in business. I'm telling you today. That's the only secret. That's body weight. Body weight measurement is the measure of development. Every day you have to weigh your birds. You have to keep on weighing your birds. Keep on weighing your birds. Next slide. You know these are women. Give everything to a woman. Huh? The layers they are women. And you know the funny thing is, leave that thing now. A woman can be whatever she wants to be if you give her everything. So this layer they are woman. And I used to tell people, you go to some farm, the way they mishandle the layers, wallahi, they'll go to hell. I'm not joking. They'll go to hell. Oh. I'm not joking. Oh. I'm not a pastor. Go and read Proverbs 10 verse 12. I use Proverbs 10 verse 12. Take care of your love. If they don't steal and you steal, what happened? Eh? Yes. Take care of your livestock. But some people, they don't care because they are layers. They don't care. It's a sin. Next slide. And look at other research. I don't want to draw our mind on this issue of body weight. Look at egg. Some people say, hey, Dr. Wajeti, my egg, they are not big. Go and use egg formula. It's a lie. You are wasting money. I'm telling you today. It's a lie. My brother, go and give Lasata. It's a lie. for egg size. If you want egg size, I'm telling you today, plate management will give you big egg. Look at the research that we have done. Breed can only give you 1.5 gram. Feed, use my feed. Feed can only give you 1.2 gram. Or management you lay, this and this can give you 0.1 to 1 gram. But plate management can give you 3 gram size of egg. And that's why on our farm, the moment our birds are laying, they're medium size. Medium size. Go and ask us, go. For some farmer, you see, the egg, the pigeon egg, they cannot even sell it. It's because you didn't manage the weight. You didn't, especially at 5 weeks. At 5 weeks. Hello? So plate management can increase 3 grams of egg. So if you want big egg, please manage your layers during brooding. Next slide. Are you get that point? Another thing also I want to understand is that prolapse. Hey, I'm having prolapse. It's a lie. If you're having a prolapse on your farm, it shows that you didn't manage your birds. Prolapse shows that anytime you're having prolapse, it shows that your management is bad. That is it. Because next, prolapse is usually related to scatter development. This you are seeing in a bird is related to scatter development. During rearing, regardless of the production body weight, therefore it is important to achieve the upper limit of the target body weight throughout rearing, in particular between 48 weeks. All the prolapse coming between 48 weeks. If you're having prolapse, it happens around 48 weeks. "48 weeks is why you're having prolapse. So that's why, please, if you are taking day-old chicks, ask for the management guide. Ask for the management guide. If you don't have it, don't take it. That management guide, there is what you call feed intake, and there is body weight. Try to maintain the upper limit of that body weight. Well, I'll go there. Well, next sir. Okay, exercise is getting influenced by the body weight. I've told you before. Just my point. Exercise is greatly influenced by body weight. So get that one. So management of body weight and sexual maturity is the most effective factor to control exercise. So don't go say I'm looking for egg formula. Egg formula. It's a lie. I sell egg formula. I sell egg formula. New egg formula from Kepro. It's a lie. If you want to get your exercise, manage your birds. Manage them. You forget about looking for egg formula. So plate uniformity is crucial to obtain uniform exercise also. If you know why I say like that is that you go some farm. Hey, leave my picture. Leave my picture. Don't bring my picture again, please. Farmers know me very well. So what I'm saying here is that uniformity is also crucial to obtain uniform exercise. There are some farms you go to, you find out that they have maybe 80% production, or even 90%, but you find that most of the eggs are small. Plates. Hey, what's the problem now? Please. You understand? So, you look at it like that, my God. What's the problem now? Hey. Hello? Okay. So please, we want how you can have eggs big size throughout. Not that you're getting 90% as small size. Price of small size and big size are different in the market. So, but that plate uniformity will control uniform size egg. Next slide. Sorry. This is for Isa Brown. This data is for Isa Brown. And please, you can have it. Forget this for weeks. This feed intake. This cumulative. But look at the body weight for Isa Brown. Make sure make sure this is the weight you should be. For Isa Brown, I'm not talking of Lowman or Nera Black or Highline. This is for Isa Brown. After 1 week, it's about 65 grams. 110 grams. 195 gram, 285 gram, 380 gram. But in our own farm, hello, my dear farmer, don't look at the body weight only again. Look at the weight gain. We have gone far in research and look at the weight gain. Are you getting weight gain? Not only the body weight. I think we have this one, Abi. We know it, Abi. We know it. You have it, Abi. If you're going to buy from Amo, from Chi, they give this one. In fact, this data I picked this one from Amo book, from Amo, this one. But this is my own. You can't see this on any textbook in the world. This is my own research work. And you can also do it on your own. Look at it. So, okay. See, I will give you the slide. I will give you the slide so that I cannot distract you. So, from today, if you are going, go and collect the slide. If they don't give you, I'll give you. Collect the slide here. If they don't give you, I'll give you. So that we can, let's listen. You have the slide. So if they don't give you, go to Adamo booth, I'll give you the slide. Or give me your email. Today you get it. Thank you. So look at, hello, this 65, Abi, this 65, this 110. Remove 110 minus 65. No. Oh, what's the problem now? 110 minus 65. 285 minus, no, 195 minus 110. Remove this one, 95. 95. 95. Do you see it? Please, listen very carefully. Pay attention here now. Please, pay attention. There is something that's thrown out. Please, pay attention. The bag, the pullet, the is a brown. If you are getting this weight, it may be different too. It may not be exactly like this one. But by the time you now come and be subtracting, look at 45, 85, 95, 95. Look at here. Where did they drop down? You know that they've been increasing, but not that it has dropped, but it's increasing. Either for increase of 95, it dropped at 90. That is Issa Brown. If you are doing brooding, after 5 weeks, do you see feather? Do you see feather after 5 weeks? Oh my, that means not a farmer. Eh? After 5 weeks, after 5 weeks, if you are doing brooding, you see feather. If you don't see feather, your business already is dying. You are already losing. If you don't get feather at 4 weeks, as a farmer, you are already losing. You cannot get a 300 eggs per cycle. Because what happened here now is that after 5 weeks, they are what you call supply organ in birds. They are still developing. The intestine, the liver, the spleen, they have developed. That's why they are shedding feather. Tell you that we are developing supply organ. So if they didn't develop, they will not shed feather, and it's a loss. It's in nature. Are you getting? So you look at here. They will maintain 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. It may be different to 90, but after 12 weeks, what happened? So it's also a signal to you. After dropping, before you see feather. After you see feather. To ensure you that the skeletal system of those layers, it has calcified. No more growth again. In layer. I'll come to that. I don't want, so that, remember this one and this one. Next slide. So, in this weighing, please, make sure you get a scale. Scale of at least 10 to 25 gram units. Use an electronic weighing scale. It's preferred as it provides better accuracy always get a scale. Weigh your birds every week. Same day, same time. Every week. Randomly. Same day, same time. If today Thursday we are weighing 8 o'clock, next Thursday 8 o'clock. If you were around 9 o'clock Thursday, you have missed it. So same time, same day, randomly, minimum 1% population. If you weigh less than 1% population, it's better, there's no difference between you and somebody no weigh at all. So if you are weighing 10, like out of maybe 1,000 birds, you are weighing 50, you are wasting your time. So 1% of population, or minimum 100. Minimum 100. You can even go 2%. If you 2.5%, it's better. But minimum 100 or 1%. Anything less than that is wrong. Cannot give you anything. These are things we say we do every day, but we will do it wrongly. Next slide. I've explained this one. I think I've done that one. So these are frequent observed errors with farmers. Weighing without drawing conclusion. By the time you weigh, what did you do with the weighing? Not just weigh and put on chart and leave it, no. Or weighing too few birds, I've done that one. Or weighing without calculating the body uniformity. You have to calculate the body uniformity also. I'm going to teach you on that. And not weighing birds at all. If you are not weighing birds when you are brooding, it's like somebody driving with his eye closed. There's no difference between you and that person. So, and these are the way we are talking about. See, you weigh. Look at in abroad. In abroad now, all brooding pen, they have scale inside, automatic scale, that you even calculate on your phone, on your laptop. Even distant golf, even pullets, look at the weighing scale in abroad to avoid human error, to show that the importance of the plant development, so that they can track it every day we're tracking it. Next slide. And this body weight, please, not age, determine diet change. So anytime you are changing from chicken mash to grower, don't change based on age. It's based on weight. Things have changed now. If they say chicken mash to grow 8 weeks, Abi, are you not be 8 weeks? Yes, 8 weeks, Abi. Please, sorry, can you go back to that? Can you go back? Go back to that table. Go back table. Okay, look at. If you are changing from chicken mash to grower at 8 weeks, and the weight is supposed to be 650 grams, if at 8 weeks you are getting 530, don't change chicken mash. Are you getting? If there are 8 weeks, they say you change to grower, and you want to weigh your birds, they are less than 65, don't change. Wait until the agenda 650 before you change. Are you getting the point? Please. So don't follow what they are telling you. You still follow, but make sure you go and look at the weight. Oh, are they 650? If they're 650, change. If not, wait for that 1 week again. The moment they get that 650, then you change. Okay, then go. Now, okay, you can go. Go. Okay. Like I said, for example, okay, I've done that one. So, body weight, not age, determine diet change. Weigh pullet before diet change. Anytime you want to change your feed, weigh the pullet. If they don't get that weight, don't change. Are you get that one? Did you get that one? Did you get it? Okay, next one, next. Look at formula now. This is a formula. Good body weight at 5 weeks plus good uniformity at 16 weeks equals what? Oh, what's happened now? Oh, hello. Key body weight at 5 weeks, good uniformity at 16 weeks equals to good performance. These 5 weeks, I'm telling you today, farmer, is very key in layer production. 5 weeks body weight is very important. So make sure you get 380. If you are raising Isa Brown, make sure you get 380 at 5 weeks. Please. Let's go. Next. Next. At 5 weeks, the carcass is developed. At 5 weeks. And if the hen has a bigger carcass, it will produce a bigger egg size. So 5 weeks is very key in Isa Brown. So make sure you get that 380 grams at 5 weeks. Next slide. Look at the correlation. This is a correlation. Look at body weight at 5 weeks. Body weight at 10. Oh my God. What's the problem now? Hello, okay. Look at body weight at 5 weeks. Body weight at 10 weeks. Body weight at 60 weeks. Informed at 60 weeks. What's the problem now, for God's sake? Early maturity, that 20 to 24 weeks, that 5 weeks body weight, look at the play here, is very key. If you want your birth level at early stage, 5 weeks is very key. Do you see it? Look at production persistence up to 16, 72 weeks. That 5 weeks is very key. Here now up to 60 weeks, very key. Here now up to 72 weeks, very key. Even livability, life of the bird, they are not dying, is very key. That's the research. Hello, one house. So 5 weeks is very key. If you are watching a body at 10 weeks, well, it will give you early production, but 0 at 72 weeks. Only +2 at 60 weeks, 0, 0. If you are a farmer, you are waiting till the bird at 60 weeks. That time you look at the body weight. Look at all +2. This was 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It doesn't have any effect. But look at uniformity. Uniformity at 60 weeks. That your uniformity at 60 weeks, it doesn't have any effect on early production. What's the problem now, for God's sake? What's the problem? But at 60 weeks, it was 60 weeks, it started telling at 72 weeks, it started telling at 60 weeks, it started telling at 72 weeks, even livability at 72 weeks. So by the time you have the body, you now add this one, you add this one. That is the persistence of laying. Look at that graph. By the time you look at the body weight at 5 weeks, and you close, in fact at 60 weeks, your bird will perform very well. Very well. Very well. Next slide. These are cases of some farm we consult for. Look at, instead of 65, we are getting 71. We are even going above the standard. At 5 weeks, instead of 380, we are getting 475, which is above the standard. But most of us, we don't follow that one. Next slide. If you have low body weight at the start of lay, you have poor peak of lay. Anytime you have poor peak of lay, that means there's no good body weight. Small eggs, if you are getting small eggs on your farm, it means that you have low body weight. If you have poor laying persistence, you'll be given a sort of 4 weeks. It's because of that. If you have increasing mortality.
Is the projector cable that is giving me problem.
Okay. Okay. Is it for here? Okay. Okay. Poor laying persistence, increased mortality, and then poor eggshell quality is because of low body weight on your farm if you're getting all these things. So to avoid all these things, make sure that you have constant body weight monitoring on your farm. Next slide. Next slide. Hello? Hi. Hello? Hi. Please look at this slide very well. Look at Isa Brown. I want us to look at this thing very critical, please. Pay attention. Because a lot of farmers are not getting it. Please, I'll give you the slide. Don't worry. I'll give you this. I promise I'll give you the slide. Take my words. Today. So that let's pay attention. Look at Isa Brown. From 0 to 6 weeks, Go and do it on a farm. This is what I've been doing for 28 years. Has given you constant results at other farms. Look at Isa Brown from 0 to 6 weeks. I want you to look at this, very critical. Oh, critical. Isa Brown from 0 to 6 weeks. One Isa Brown will consume 1.1 kg of feed. Are you looking at that? One Isa Brown will consume 1.1 kg of feed from 0 to 6 weeks. And at the end of 6 weeks, at the end of when the birth are 6 weeks, it will weigh 470 grams. That 470 grams represent 34% of growth rate in Isa Brown. So if you are doing brooding, it shows that brooding you are doing 6 weeks, it amounts 34% of growth rate. So if you are doing semi-symmetry, that represents only 19%. Only 19%. So look at the arithmetics in poultry business. Look at 1 plus 1 plus 2.4 is 3.5. Are you getting the? Look at the calculation. 1.1 plus 2.4, 3.5. Just this one. This and this. 3.5. That is 34 plus 47. So that means 3.5 kg of feed will give you 81%. But 12 to 20 weeks, they consume 3.1, only 19%. Take it or leave it. By 12 weeks, Isa Brown is 81% mature for laying. Take it. By 12 weeks, Isa Brown is 81% mature for laying. Yes. 81% matured for laying. Yes. I think you understand what I'm saying. That's the secret in poultry business. At 12 weeks, Isa Brown is 81% matured. If you are buying point of layer 60, they are 1 kg. So, my dear farmer, layers by 12 weeks, they are matured. And then uniformity will be there also. So if you're a poultry farmer, please, one house, then we can discuss later. Isa Brown, by 12 weeks, make sure you get 1 kg. Isa Brown, 81% uniformity. If you're a farmer and you get 1 kg, 85% matured, by 12 weeks, you're about to weigh 85% at 22 weeks. Go on, take it. Yes? 5 minutes? For you give me time now. Aha! Can I throw it? No, I'll rush it, don't worry. So please, my dear farmer, hello, poultry business is science. Poultry business is science. Once your birds are 1 kg by 12 weeks, by 16 weeks, there will be 1.35 grams. Yes or no? Yes. So when they're 1.350 grams, that's how you bring your pre-layer. Because in 2 weeks' time, they will lay egg. Yeah. But if you don't get 85% uniformity at 12 weeks, some of them will not get 1.3. You find it difficult to bring pre-layer because some of them will be underweight. So, but if they're 85%, you are good to go. By 12 weeks, by 16 weeks, there will be 350 grams. Bring your pre-layer, and that pre-layer, they should only use it for only 14 days. Don't use pre-layer more than 14 days. If you use pre-layer more than 14 days, you have to throw the flock. Any animal science or nutrition, you tell him that he's telling lie. I don't want to go into detail because they have given me time. I could have gone into detail on that. No time. Okay, next slide. Next slide. I think I can leave this one. Because of time, I'll give you the slide. See, look, no, go, come down. Okay, this one. 12 weeks weight. A liable predictor of 20 weeks weight. That is, if plates that are below breed standard 12 weeks will remain low at 20 weeks. Whereas a plate which is heavy in 12 weeks will be heavy at 20 weeks of age. Therefore, my dear farmer, special attention shall be focused on plate development 12 weeks. That's the cocoa of the training today. 12 weeks. Next slide. Next slide. Look at what, okay, because of time. Next slide. These are how they are molting. Next slide because of our time. Okay, look at this. These are look at what we are talking about now. Look at it. So, summary. The organs, by 5 weeks, is finished development. Do you see it? 5 weeks. In Nisa Brown, this framework, the skeletal system, it starts early by 12 weeks, no more growth, like I say. At 7 weeks, that's the highest growth rate of muscle and skeletal in birds. That's the highest growth rate. Don't disturb the bird by 7 weeks. Don't disturb your bird by 7 weeks. Because that's the highest growth rate of the muscle and skeletal in the birds. So don't disturb them at 7 weeks. And I'm telling farmer also is that, you know, you have some birds, different, I think I missed the slide. I don't know whether it's down. Maybe because of my time. Go down, go down, down, go down, down. So that I can, down, 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 down. Okay, look at this. No, go up, up. Look at these birds now. What do you see? Okay. You are from Ondo State. What do you see?
I'm from Ekiti State.
What do you see?
Chicks. Huh? Chicks, different in sizes.
Huh?
They are different in sizes.
What do you see?
Different in sizes.
There is no farmer here. Then we don't have farmer here. What I'm seeing is a different conversion machine. Different conversion machine. Next slide. Look at. I killed them. Look at the intestine of this one. Of the big one. Look at this one. Small. What I'm telling you is that when the birds are small, that means the intestine is small. And intestine is the only place feet can convert to flesh. That's the only machine that can convert the feet to flesh. So if you see small chicks, it means that the intestine is small. That's what it means. And that means it will not grow. You see them, when you're feeding, they want to do like this at the back. And I've done a research. If the dominant one can consume 1 gram in 1 minute, that small one will consume 1 gram in 30 minutes. That means they're slow eater. So always separate them. Separate them. Separate them. When you do brooding cage, always sort them out. Let them have their own space so that they can grow. And you cannot give amino acid. Or if you have nutrition, they can give you 3% protein. See the intestine. If you do bigger, that smaller will be smaller. So go back to my slide then. Because of my time. Go back to that slide. Next slide. Because of my time. No, up. Up now, okay? Up. Not down, up. For the, it's not like that now. Go back. Okay, good. Okay, now. So what I'm saying is here now is that 7 weeks is the highest growth rate of skeletal system and the muscle. Make sure you utilize it, a smart farmer utilize it. So what I'm saying that, make sure you, before 6 weeks, if you're in layer, you have finished sorting your birds 100%. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. By 6 weeks, you have finished sorting your birds 100%. If you wait till 8 weeks to sort your birds, I said by 12 weeks is the inflection point. By 12 weeks, that's the end. So, but if you sort your birds by 6 weeks, you still have 6 weeks window to catch up. But if you sort at 8 weeks, you have only 4 weeks. If you at 9 weeks, you have 3 weeks. So they cannot catch up. That's small one. But make sure you sort them before 6 weeks. And sometimes, those that are raising birds on deep litter, you cannot be sorted because of gomboro, stress here and there. So that's why I tell farmer, bring your fowl pox at 6 weeks. Fowl pox. When you are doing fowl pox, you now use that one to sort them out. As you are vaccinating, oh, this was small, put them here. Put them here. Get a small space. You still have 6 weeks window for them to get that 1 kg at 12 weeks. Because after 12 weeks, there's nothing you can do again. After 12 weeks, nothing you can do again to the bird because the birds are calcified. Anybody that tells you to go and feed them, it's a lie. You don't know anything in the poultry. That means you don't know anything. Are you getting the point? Are we getting it? Go next. Look at this one. Oh, go back. Go back. Look at this one. This is how you do a check. These birds, they are 20 weeks. Oh, Dr. Wageti, my birds are 20 weeks. I don't see any egg. What can I give? Let me come to your farm. When I weigh, this farmer is a woman. Dr. Wageti, my birds are 20 weeks. The birds are not laying. What can I give? I said, let me come to your farm. I weigh 100 like this. It's 1.3. That means those birds are 16 weeks. They're not 20 weeks. Next one again. Another one. Other farmer, go back. 23 weeks. Dr. Wageti, my birds are 23 weeks. I never see 1 egg. Which vitamin can I give? Let me come to your farm. I went to the farm. I weighed them, 100. Look at the way I weighed them. Find the average, 1.3. 1.3 is what? 16 weeks. This farmer, after I calculate, the farmer spent 8.5 million on feed. 0. Yes, the birds are 23 weeks, but they are 16 weeks by nature. That means has used feed for 80 weeks, free. 7 weeks free. Most of you are like this here. Most of you. Go and calculate. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, you are still here, sir. We still want to give room for 1 or 2 questions, please.
Okay.
For more clarification. Then 2, sir, your phone number is needed. You know, I've taken your card. Please, we still need to relay your phone number because. Aha, very good. So please, maybe 1 question here and 1 question. You are enjoying. See that man? They are waiting. You will see enjoy him more. Yes. You will see how Innovad is coming. Please, question. Okay, please. Please make it very short.
Now, you are discussing about the pre-laying match. Now, the bed, because I raised 1 bed recently, and as I did 16 weeks, they have already weighed that the minimum requirement.
1.3.
That 1.3.
Uniformity go.
Is also okay.
What's the okay? I don't want the uniformity.
The uniformity that I'm saying, I'm not weighing the uniformity, but most of every time I weigh 1%, it gives me that assurance of 1.34 something. Are you getting it? But where I'm saying, where I'm going is that feed pre-laying, I did not give them. Because as I did now, they have started laying, they are 17 and above now, 17 weeks and above. But we are giving them grower. Now, what do you say about that?
Okay, please, my dear farmer. Hello? No, but it's also wrong. It's also wrong. So we need to do something right in the industry. Let me tell you, this egg you are seeing, this egg, the yolk and the albumin take 4 hours to form. The egg, the yolk, and the albumin take 4 hours to form. But the shell take 20 hours to form. And if you look at the calcium in the shell, it's 3,100 milligram. And if you look at layer formulation, 400 milligram calcium, Abi. Out of the 400 milligram calcium, 2,100 is coming from the feed to the shell. Then 1,050 is coming to medulla bone. So the shell, the egg shell is coming from 2 sources, from the feed and from the medulla bone. From the feed and the medulla bone. So that's why we are giving pre-layer for the medulla bone to store calcium, so that when we want to form egg, it can derive from it. And the funny thing that if you are raising birds and you don't give pre-layer, you are destroying the very early laying birds. Because the growth is only 1% calcium. So you are destroying the early laying birds. Because what happened is that, and those birds, they lay in clutch. They lay in clutch. So if they lay for maybe 2 weeks, they may lay for 6 or 7 days and rest. try to build up the calcium before they go back to lay again. So that way, in a sense, make sure you give pre-layer 2 weeks before they start laying, so that they can have calcium. As they are laying, they put back, they go back, they go back. And if you use for too much also, it will have issue on the kidney. Yes. After pre-laying, once it's 5% production, that's the sexual maturity layer. 5%. Once the birds are 5%, change to layer. That's the sexual maturity layer. Next question. You can, no, player. You can, no, wait, madam. You can take layer and player and mix them.
Okay, the last question. The last question, my sister. The last question, please.
Thank you, sir. My question is this, sir. For those of us that we are not...
Yellow, one house.
For those of us that we are not... No.
Yellow. Okay.
For those of us that we are buying from those that are brooding the bird, what are those things can we look for before we purchase those birds?
Point of lay.
Point of gauge. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Please, if you want to buy point of lay, it's an investment. Make sure you have an agreement with the person. And make sure you can only go, if possible, always go to the place and check the weight and the infirmity. Let me give you an example. I'm based in Lagos. A woman in Kaduna, she wants to buy a point of lay in Kano. Every 3 weeks, I fly to Kano, I wait the bird, I come back. I fly to Kano to go and check her birds, just 5,000. And once she collected, those birds at 23 weeks, they're 92%. Yes. Things are changing. Please put down my slide, my number. Put my number, hello. Down my slide. Go down. Last. No, go back. Go back, Simon now, okay? The last slide. That's my number. Okay.
A round of applause to Dr. Wageti. Please, animal care is still coming. Dr. Toromade is still coming. It's a bumper package. Please clap for him. Your email will be sent to him. Give me the email paper. Let me hand it over to him straight. Lost and found book. So quickly we call on Innovad. Sir, you can come up, sir. Wageti, yes? They will come and see you later.
Okay.
We'll control this. Please clap for my brother here. He has to go back home because of the beggar traffic. Please, let's exercise patience. A bomber.
Great farmer.
Great nation.
No farmer.
No nation.
I was going to say good morning, but it's already noon. Good morning. Big farmers, nation. No farmers, no nation. First of all, I want to thank the organization committee and also our partner CFEC to give me the opportunity to present for you something on gut health. Also thank you to stay here, to have a chat and to listen to the presentation. And I have to confess, I couldn't have a better introducing by the doctor, because all what he said is right. All what you said is right. It's about the growth. And how do you get this growth and uniformity in laying hens, but also in broilers? How do you get it right? And there's one single organ, and I will already introduce while they're preparing the presentation. There's one organ very important for this growth and performance of broilers and layers. And that's the gut. Because all the feed has to go through the gut. It's the gut that is digesting, absorbing all the nutrients to grow. It's about calcium for the... Is calcium for the eggs and laying hens? Is it meat for the broilers? Is the gut who is digesting all the nutrients? So I will talk a little bit more on gut health and why is gut health so important and what kind of factors can influence your performance of the animal. So I will explain you 4 factors. There's some elements that influence your gut health and your performance. I'll explain how you can deal with it and what kind of solutions you can find in the market and how this all is proven. 4 important factors for gut health. There's more, but these are the 4 most important ones. The microflora, the bacteria inside your gut. One of the most important things. No bacteria in the gut, no digestion. They are necessary. Intestinal integrity is the strength of your gut. So you have the inner layer, the first layer of your gut. That's the epithelium. How strong is this, the integrity? How well are the cells connected to each other? And it's important because if they're not well connected, some toxins, some bacteria, some elements can sneak into your body and make you sick. Inflammation and the reduction of inflammation is important for your performance. Inflammation is the reaction of the animal, is part of your immune system. It is reacting against something is happening. Mycotoxins, parasites, viruses, you name it. It is the reaction of the body, of the immune system against something. And it's typically with lots of blood, it becomes red, and that's the inflammation. If you scratch your skin, it will become red, at least in my case. So that's the inflammation. Inflammation is taking energy, is taking protein to do this for the immune system. And that means every energy, every amino acid, every protein that is for the immune system cannot be used for performance and growth. And the last one, ROS, stands for reactive oxygen species. We all need oxygen to breathe. And why do we need breathe and need oxygen? Is to burn the energy, the sugar, the fat and the sugar in our body for energy. And energy for the heat, but also for growth. So we need energy. So this oxygen, we need it. But by doing this, by using this, oxygen is very reactive. We also create oxidant species which are very reactive and also harmful, or can be harmful if you don't take care. And that's why we have antioxidants. And plants and fruits are known for the antioxidants to cope a little bit with those reactive oxygen species. So if you go to the gut, 3 parts. Let's say the first part is to eat, physical grinding, you meal, you mix, you digest. And the second part is the real digestion and the processing of the food and absorption of the nutrients. And at the end, you just output the waste. Lots of things, also in the digestion, we can do ourselves as an animal. Chickens, humans, pigs, whatever it is, we can do ourselves. There's some things that we outsource. And why? Because those other ones, and these are the microflora, the bacteria. Yeah. So these bacteria, we outsource some elements of activity. And which ones? Especially digestion, they help us to digest all the food that we take in. It's a kind of a joint venture. You have a relationship with your supplier or feed mill or a joint venture partner, whatever it is kind of a business relationship that you say, you can do better than this, I can do better than that. And with the bacteria in the gut, it's kind of an exclusive contract. We say to the bacteria, you can live in my gut, I will feed you, and in return, you digest all the foods, and all the excess nutrients that you don't need for your own growth, you give back to me. So that's the deal that we make with our microflora. For this relationship between you and the bacteria in your gut, there's one molecule very important. Next slide, please, because this is not working. Yeah. There's one molecule, and there's an organic acid, a small chain fatty acid. This is organic acid. Butyrate is a crucial molecule in this microflora, bacteria, and host gut interaction. And why? Well, you have to see it like the relationship in the business. If I send you, I'm a Belgian, so we are famous for chocolates. If I send you a box of chocolates as a business partner, what does it mean? If I want to send a message that our relationship is okay, our business is doing well, I trust you, let's keep going. Everything is fine. That's the message I want to say with the present. If you receive that present, you get the message, our business is going well, we are good, keep going. So you receive also that message. And what we do with the present or with chocolates, you just eat it. But more important than the present as such is the message. And so this butyrate is exactly the same. Those bacteria in the hindgut, not in the upper, but in the hindgut, they produce butyrate. They send it out. That's the present. That's the message they send to us as a host. We receive it, and we receive the message. The good bacteria are on the right place. Everything is going well. They're digesting good. And we get the butyrate inside the cells, and we use it as an energy source. So this butyrate has a double function. It is a signaling molecule, and we can use it as energy source. And what is the signaling that we send back to those bacteria as a feedback? Thank you for the present. Is, well, first of all, we strengthen our gut. The integrity will be stronger. So this butyrate is making sure that the integrity, the tight junctions between the different cells are closed. And why is this important? For us as an animal, there's no intruders, no toxins, no bacteria going into the body. Secondly, there's no plasma or something else leaking out of the gut. Now what's in that leaking out of the gut? There's loss of oxygen. And those butyrate producing bacteria, they don't like oxygen. They are anaerobic. So by securing this, by tightening the gut, it's more better for immunity, better for us as an animal, and also better for the bacteria. So this kind of feedback that we give as an animal back, we understood the message, and we help you in surviving in our guts. As a side effect of this tight junctions and the receiving of the butyrate, also the consumption of this butyrate as an energy source is helping in creating this anaerobic environment. By using butyrate, we use oxygen, and that means there's less oxygen going into the gut. It keeps the anaerobic environment for the bacteria. So you see this butyrate is functioning as a signaling molecule and is involved lots of reactions to maintain this relationship between the host, we as an animal, and the bacteria, and different functions. Next slide, please. One back. If we talk about oxygen, we know that there's some antioxidants in plants and fruits that we can use. And especially essential oils that you extract from those plants can be used as antioxidants to help maintaining this anaerobic environment in the cell, in the gut, but also to help us in coping with those reactive oxygen species. One example here on the slide is oregano oil. There's lots of different types of oils. And they all have a different specificity for different oxygen species. Next slide, please. Another type of products that can be used for this inflammation, and I told you already, inflammation is consuming energy, it's consuming proteins that you cannot use anymore for your growth. Those phytogenics are well known for their suppression of inflammation. So by reducing inflammation, you save some energy. And those plant materials, those phytogenics, like we call them often, help in reducing inflammation. As a side effect, they also make the food and the feed a little bit more tasty, and they help in excretion of enzymes. So somehow, but this is more a side effect, they help in digestion of the feed, and so also in the better absorption of the nutrients from that feed. So they are somehow helping in the performance of the animal. There's a last element on the bacteria. There's organic acids, small fatty acids, like the butyrate. There's also the medium chain fatty acids. And we know from those ones that they are more antibacterial against gram-positive bacteria, like Salmonella. On top of this, the esterified organic acids are more antibacterial. So by using some organic acids in your feeds, you can suppress a little bit the growth of the bacteria, because we don't want to spend all the nutrients in the feed to bacteria. We want as much as possible for the growth and the performance. if you look to the markets, there's several types of products and solutions to support your gut health. Two of them, pro and prebiotics. Probiotics are giving the bacteria, the good bacteria, and very often it's about butyrate-producing bacteria. You give it into the feed or drinking water directly to the animal. Prebiotics are things or products that help growing those bacteria that you want, so helping creating a favorable environment for those bacteria. But at the end, very often it is somehow linked to butyrate production. Organic acids, lots of them are used to suppress bacterial growth. There's one exception, butyric acid, as explained, is for maturation of the guts. It helps to stimulate the growth of the guts, and it maintains a healthy microflora. And then those phytogenics are more for anti-inflammation and antioxidants. I will not mention, or I will not go in detail for enzymes, and the other ones, they have a very specific application against certain bacteria, and enzymes, obviously, for feed digestion. So what if you use all this knowledge to develop a certain product that is combining all those different elements, all those factors very important for gut health, if you use them in your product development? I should use butyric acids, a little bit of medium chain fatty acids to suppress unfavorable bacteria, and then some essential oils and plant extracts, phytogenics. Because we have seen what is the benefit of using those elements in your guts. In theory, it will work, but does it work also in practice, in your farm? You can test it, and we did it for the development in a kind of a 5-star hotel for chickens, but does it work in reality? And that's what we have done, put some pens in a commercial farm to test, is this product that you have thinking of, it should work in theory, is also working in practice. And what we see with our tests, we have done it several times, winter, summer, different doses, not once, not 2 times, not 3 times, but consecutively, every time again and again, what we see is there's a better body weight of the animal. Nice body weight is good, but more important is even FCR is decreasing, is improving much more than the body weight. So that means what we test is helping in the performance of the animal. Is it because of the product? We hope so. But we can also prove it is because of the different types, the different elements, the different ingredients that we include in the product, that we have this better performance. And to prove this, what we have done is, well, we have looked to some biomarkers. You can look in feces or in blood to certain elements to prove, to see what is happening with your animal. There was a presentation on mycomarkers, biomarkers for mycotoxins in the blood yesterday. It's something comparable. You take some blood and you can see what is happening with your animal if you give certain products. With these lumens, we have tested some leaky gut proteins. And what we see, they are going down. That means with an increasing concentration of the product, you reduce the leaky gut. So you're strengthening the gut to make sure that there's less leaking of proteins into the gut. Something else that you can test is the inflammation. Inflammation, proteins, you can test it, it goes down in the blood. And we know that inflammation is linked to the immune system. What we see is there's less activation of the immune system. That means less energy is going to immunity, and there's more energy over for your performance. That's also what we see in the body weight and the FCR. And oxidative species, oxygen species, also here we can demonstrate, if you take some blood sample and you test on certain proteins that help in restoring and repairing the damage of oxygen, you will see a decrease of this, and that means there's less damage because of oxygen species. So that means that this product is really helping. It is doing what we have predicted to do, what we wanted it to do, and you see it at the end and the outcome of your performance. So that means that you can consciously create and use a product that is helping you maintaining the best gut health as good as possible. It will help you reducing oxidative stress, reducing this chronic inflammation, maintaining this beneficial microflora and the relationship with butyrates, and it's reinforcing your gut integrity to keep it strong and healthy. As a side effect, the healthier your gut is, the healthier your animal will be. That also means that you can save money and costs on antibiotic and other medication use. So there's not only the better performance, the better return on investment of performance, but can also reduce the cost of medication because of better animal health. We are here with our partner CFEC at the booth for a few minutes more because we have to hurry. If you have more questions, if you have some discussions or some questions, go to the booth, go to CFEC, and we're happy to answer maybe a few questions now, if there's some time.
Any question? Please let's encourage ourselves if you have anything to say. I know you're looking at me. Don't be shy, Mr. Man. I know you're in class. So we have applause for him, or you want to give any other information? Sorry? Any other information? No. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, we still have animal care coming, and Dr. Toromade is also coming from US Soy. But quickly, if there is farm book here, is farm book around? Please, you have 10 minutes because animal. Where's the farm book now? Please come here. People are traveling, and because of the road, we are conscious of it. We want everybody to get home. Is farm book here? If you are not ready, then someone else can.
Then if you put reorder level, once your stock gets to that point, the system will send you a mail reminder telling you that this stock are at reordering level. And we have various reports like the customer ledger, we have vendors ledger, we have stock movement history, in and out. We have balance sheet, we have income statement, trial balance, cash flow statement, and
please round up, brother.
That we have on the application. And of course, if you register during this program, we have a 5% discount because we have different plans. It depends on the number of size of your farm capacity. That's what will determine the price of your subscription, and it's a yearly subscription thing. So let me just end it at that point.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great farmers, we have to be precise with time because we know we don't live near, and some people have to travel. But it's experience, we gain knowledge, and we know why we are here. Because this is an evolving business. Poultry is evolving. It's scientific, as I always say. If you are behind, even in other professions, banking, everything keeps changing. Engineering keeps changing. Even the law of the states keeps changing. Even you yourself, you keep changing because every day you get older. And every day what you can do years back, you can't do now. So I will just tell you to exercise patience and have this knowledge, because we don't know what will happen next year again, but I pray the Almighty God will keep all of us. A round of applause. I want to bring to you a very knowledgeable man, a man I respect so much in the industry, a man, when he starts now, you won't want him to stop. He's a security man. He's a DSP, but I call him AIG. He's a man you gain knowledge from. I want you to open your ears, your brain, your inner mind, and you will